Hey, we're live here back at the Kokomo Markland Mall, and I've got David and John with Eads Roofing and Exteriors. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Glad to be here.
you guys are down here on the south end of the mall, right?
Yes.
Yep, down here you've got a big, nice booth. Tell us some of the things you have in the display there.
We have some siding samples.
Yep.
We have roofing samples. We've got some other giveaways for people that want to come by and just want some, some information.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, most of our stuff you can find us on the Fountain Street in Kokomo.
Okay.
And we have all kinds of samples there.
Awesome.
Everything that somebody would need to look
Yep.
at.
But this weekend, come by the Markland Mall and let's get some estimates. But let's get started. How did Eads Roofing start? Where did it start?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So Clayton started this company. He's been in the business for a long time, but saw a need. That's where we filled. So we started this in 2017. We started in Indy. We've just recently opened a Kokomo branch last year.
Yep.
So we're just out, helping the community, filling that void. A lot of storms with the insurance process can be a lot for somebody that's not been through it. So we just help the homeowner through it. We got great crews to tackle the job once we've got it all squared away.
So Clayton's last name is Clayton Eads. That's a name. The company name is
That's
Eads.
the name.
So, and you shared your cert. So where's your territory? You said Indy. You said Kokomo. Do you go other locations?
Yeah, about an hour distance outside of Indy and then outside of Kokomo as well.
Okay, so central Indiana.
Central Indiana.
So really, obviously, most of the people watching here are going to be Kokomo today, but that's excellent. So, and when you talk about exteriors, because exteriors, are you doing HVAC?
No.
So that's, right? So let's talk about the details of what things you do. I just said do.
Yeah, you did. You did.
The kids are just like, oh my gosh, she just said do. Anyhow, all right. So what does Eads Roofing and Exteriors do?
We do full roof replacement. We do commercial, residential, multifamily.
Okay.
We work for, we have a diverse clientele in terms of property managers, business owners, and then just residential homes.
Yep.
But we do roofing, any kind of roofing that the homeowner or the business may want.
Mm-hmm.
We do siding, we do windows, gutters.
Okay.
We actually have our own Eads windows through Polaris, but there are windows. We have a nice deal with them.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we do pretty much anything on the exterior. We don't really touch brick, but that's where if they want brick painted, I can call you.
Yep. There we go. That works. We love painting brick. Absolutely. So, okay, so we have a good idea of what on the outside of the house you guys are covering. What does it look like to get an estimate? Somebody calls you, obviously, they sign up for the home show. What does that estimate look like? What are you going to do? They want their roof quoted. What do you do?
We're going to make an appointment to come out to the house, get a bunch of pictures of the existing roof and the existing property, and then we're going to get our measurements, and within about 24 hours, we will have that estimate delivered to them.
Okay, that's excellent. So that's kind of your goal is I want to get it done in about 24 hours and get that. People want that and they need that. And a quote like yours can take some detailed time. It takes a minute to be precise, and so people want those answers quickly. I mean, they want their cheeseburger fast at McDonald's. They're going to want their roof quote fast too. So, hey, so what is your? Thank you. What is when we talk about Eads, the company, and you have we think about your core values, your mission statement. Do you have a mission statement that if you could put into one sentence?
Yeah. So basically, it's customer first. We like to be a part of the project the whole way. Our guys are there during the install and everything, seeing it through. So we just, our values, taking care of the homeowner, making sure they're taken care of, and then if it is an insurance claim, making sure that they're getting what they deserve. So bringing you back to pre-loss storm conditions.
Right. So one of the things that we say at Heritage is, everybody's number one. So the company, Eads, takes care of the customer, and they treat them like they're number one.
Right.
And then if that's true, then the customer is going to treat back up. The company leads, and I treat our employee like they're number one, and then our employees will treat the customer like they're number one, and then in return, the customer will treat Heritage, the company, like they're number one. And so that's a kind of a cycle that I think really has a value. So. Yeah, but I still think that all three of those are number one. Some people say to you, who's number one? is the company number one? Is the client number one? Is the you know, the employee number one? Yes, the answer is yes.
Right.
They are. Talk to me about, I mean, the model for roofing and how that work gets done. Who do you guys employ? What's your structure look like? Sorry, I went outside the box of the
A little
questions.
bit.
This is a quick one.
So we've got crews we've been working with for years. They're subcontractors, but we only do that because they need to, you know, do framing or whatever they
Yep.
want to do in the winter.
Yep.
But we've been working with these crews for a while.
Yep.
Hand selected them, so it's hard to find a good crew, and we found them. So,
Yeah, and I love that because honestly, why I love that is so many times people come to us and they say, "Well, you have to use, you know, this kind of an employee," and that's absolutely not the truth. And the way that business is done today, you can absolutely have the best roofers that are willing to be subcontracted by you. And I think you guys, you know, you stand behind your work. At the end of the day, you want to hire a company that's going to stand behind their work. Let's talk about that. Again, pulling another question out of the deep.
yeah, so we've got a 2-year workmanship warranty.
Yep.
And then obviously manufacturer warranties as well. I always tell them, like, if it's going to leak, it's going to leak within the first 2 years.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, excellent. So, love that.
I'll kind of go along with that. I like to tell the homeowners, like, hey, even I'm going to stand behind it no matter what. And then if there's an issue and it's outside that workmanship warranty, we're going to take care of it
Yeah.
as best we can.
Yeah, I love that because we at Heritage, in some of our products, we have a 3-year workmanship warranty depending on the product that you select, right? So if you're selecting the top tier paint, you're going to get that 3-year warranty. We also included a new tag warranty, so then a client can, you know, we will go and we will do an in-person inspection. And so we just don't ever want a client to feel like we're just out and lost. And so I think you guys stand behind your work. I know that my business partner, Jason Finney, has had the opportunity to use you guys and has been very pleased with the end result. And I think it's been 2 years.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So we're good.
He's outside the
It's
warranty.
going to fail next week. No, I'm kidding.
no.
I'm kidding. no, that's good stuff. Okay, so your competitive advantage. What is your competitive advantage?
I would say our project managers are on site. They try to be on site as much as possible during an install. We are very much customer driven and with quick turnaround estimates. Also, if we sell, a homeowner wants a roof and we get that taken, we get that sold, they sign, within 2 weeks, that roof's going to be installed.
Yeah.
A lot of companies, they're going to be a backlog.
Yep.
They're going to be on a list, and we'll get to you when we get to you, and we're going to push you off because we got a bigger job.
Yeah.
That's not how we operate.
Yeah.
We need to get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of times within a week or two,
Yep.
that roof's installed, that siding's installed,
Yep.
and you're taken care of. I had something else. What else?
can I go back to the inspections?
Yeah, do that.
So with the inspection, we do free inspections. It's
hold
good
it
to
up.
have your roof looked at, every other year or
Yes.
every year, especially after the winter or
Yep.
before winter. It could look good from the ground, but that's why we like to get boots on the roof. So
Yeah.
we check all the components, everything, do a full inspection.
Yep.
There's a lot of times I get down and tell the homeowner, hey, you don't need me yet.
Ooh, I love that.
Let's just wait until there's actual damage. You got a few years left on your
Yeah,
roof. So,
yeah.
and actually, I get a lot of referrals just because I'm honest like that. So,
Yeah. And if you find a person that's going to say that to you, put their phone number in your phone
don't forget about me.
and do a Siri reminder. Hey, Siri, remind me April, what is today? 25th of 2027, 5, whatever, to call David or John.
Yeah.
and that's valuable. So, yeah, definitely lock in with somebody that's going to tell you the truth. That's good. So a couple questions that I had later that you didn't get to think about. You guys, I know you're business people. You're constantly trying to grow and be better and better yourself. What are some of those things that books maybe you're reading, podcasts you're listening to? What are some of those things that influence you and kind of your growth?
One of my favorites I read last summer, but I still tap on every once in a while, is Atomic Habits. So just starting little and making that a part of your day, and then it grows into better habits.
Great book. Great book.
For myself, mine's going to be a little bit different than his.
Yep.
The book that really guides me is the Bible.
Yes, sir. That's good. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. So we do have our Kokomo Urban Outreach, the UP program that's here next to us, and I'm asking every vendor to do something to donate to them and I again just pulled this one out of the depths. You just learned this question, and so you guys can think about it. But do you, off the top of your head, do you have an idea of maybe how you guys might like to support? Because our non-for-profit is here with a booth that's donated. Yeah.
Yeah, I think anybody that signs up for an estimate today or this weekend,
Yep.
and we go ahead and get that signed, we're
Yeah.
gonna give $50 to
Okay.
Urban Outreach.
Excellent. That would be awesome. And so, do you have a limitation on how many estimates you hope to get this weekend?
No
And,
limit.
no limit.
No limit.
All right. So, open door, and we do have I think about 90 paint cans. We talked about that earlier, but so get your estimate scheduled here at the show, and get it on the books, get it signed, and get the job scheduled, and have Eads do the roofing or exterior project for you, and they will donate $50 to Kokomo Urban Outreach, the UP program. So, guys, thanks for coming. Any closing thoughts you want to add? We're
Look
good.
forward to
We're
meeting
good.
you.
All right. You got any fun treats at your booth? Candy, chip clips?
We have a bowl of candy and
Yes.
some notebooks, some notepads and
Yes.
some cups and stuff like that.
You need those notepads for the junk drawer.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, because you never have enough.
You never have enough. So awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
thank you.
David, thank you. John, thank you.
Jason.